Welcome, Bracketeers, to another exciting and cinematic edition of Bracket, the game show where you guess your favorite celebrities' picks, bracket style. I am your host, Robbie DeVillis, and joining me today is the wonderfully talented actress, movie producer, recently acted in a movie with Nick Cage coming out in October, and has a movie on Netflix called Sunrise in Heaven, Caylee Cowan. Caylee, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me, Robbie.
Of course. Now, today, so you do a lot of movies. You're an actress, you're a producer, and today your topic is about movies, but particularly your favorite movies from your favorite directors. And you have five directors here, which is Stanley Kubrick, Quentin Tarantino, Cameron Crowe, Damien Chazelle,
Damien Chazelle.
Chazelle, and Destin Daniel Cretton. Is that right?
Destin Daniel Cretton.
Cretton. So tell me a little bit about why you chose this bracket and why you chose those five directors.
Oh, well, Stanley Kubrick is my all-time favorite director. I've watched everything that he's ever made, even like his beginning works, except for Barry Lyndon. I haven't watched that. I don't know why. Maybe because I just still want there to be something that I can discover of his. So I'm waiting. And then I really like Quentin Tarantino's work. I mean, he's just a master. Oh, yeah. And, you know, I love Destin Daniel Cretton. He's been one of my favorite directors since I watched Short Term 12. I think that he, really broke in with, this phenomenal movie. And then, Damien Chazelle, he's also one of my favorite directors. Ever since I saw Whiplash, I've just always kind of thought that, I think maybe because he's got a background in jazz, that his movies have always seemed like, his movies feel like how jazz makes me feel. So I really enjoy his movies.
In the blue region, we have Stanley Kubrick's Eyes Wide Shut, or the Django, I'm just kidding, the D is silent, Django Unchained from Quentin Tarantino. Which one of these two is going to make it to the Elite Eight?
Eyes Wide Shut.
Eyes Wide Shut. You know, that's one of the few Stanley Kubrick movies I have not seen. I know that's the one with Tom Cruise, right?
Yeah.
Tom Cruise. That's the one with like the secret of the masks and the parties and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Continuing with the blue region, we have one of your personal favorites, La La Land, or The Hateful Eight. Is your love of La La Land going to go forward on this one?
La La Land, yeah.
And now we're going to move on to the purple region. You have Whiplash and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Whiplash, and that is correct indeed. Whiplash, it is. The jazz carries on. And now continuing, we have another Quentin movie. Let's see if this one goes forward. We have Reservoir Dogs, or First Man. That's the Ryan Gosling movie about space travel, right?
Yeah, that one didn't hit. I haven't seen that one for some reason, but Reservoir Dogs is one of my favorite movies. So Reservoir Dogs, yep.
We're going to continue with the Sweet 16. In the red region, we have Dr. Strangelove, or...
I love Dr. Strangelove.
Oh, yeah. And Full Metal Jacket. You have two Stanley Kubrick ones facing off against each other. A number 1 seed, which is Dr. Strangelove, and number 4 seed, which is Full Metal Jacket. Which one's going to make it to the Elite Eight?
Full Metal Jacket.
That's a great one. That's actually one of my personal favorites as well from Stanley Kubrick.
That has to be one of the best wartime movies ever, because it really depicts the other side of war. Like, well, they think that we're the monsters, And it's also like that scene where he's like shaving his head, and he's just like looking straight into the camera, and then...
Now we're going to continue with Red Region, and we have A Clockwork Orange, or 2001 A Space Odyssey. Two heavy, super popular Stanley Kubrick ones. Which one of these two is going to take it to the Elite Eight?
I'm going to say Clockwork Orange. Yeah.
Clockwork Orange it is. We have Almost Famous, which is a Cameron Crowe directed film. Classic about that journalist who follows the band. And we have Lolita, another Kubrick film. Very spicy film, especially for that time.
Almost Famous.
Almost Famous it is. We have Short Term 12 and Barry Lyndon. Now, this is probably the only two matchup that I've seen that I've actually seen in neither of these films.
I haven't seen Barry Lyndon either, but Short Term 12 is my favorite movie, so.
And it looks like you did pick Short Term 12 to make it into the Elite Eight. Beautiful. So with that, we're going to continue with the Elite Eight to the blue region. We have Eyes Wide Shut or La La Land. Now we have an 8 seed and a 3 seed. I think you're going to break a lot of people's brackets here. Which one did you go with?
I probably went with Eyes Wide Shut.
You did go with Eyes Wide Shut. The mystery continues for me because I have not seen this movie. I got to go see this movie after we talk. I'm going to go right to Amazon and start renting it. Now, let's see what's going to meet Eyes Wide Shut in the final four. Is it going to be Whiplash or Reservoir Dogs?
Whiplash.
It is Whiplash.
I said I didn't like, I just said no to La La Land, and I loved that movie, so I'm sorry, Quentin.
In the red region, we have Full Metal Jacket or A Clockwork Orange. Another Stanley Kubrick matchup. Which one's going to win?
Probably said Full Metal Jacket.
You did say Full Metal Jacket. We have Almost Famous or Short Term 12. Is that love for Short Term 12 going to make it into the final four for you?
I love Short Term 12, but I've kind of been living in the Almost Famous world. Like, I've been living in that. Look I can show you. Like, the Allman Brothers.
Sweetwater, yeah.
That was given to me. I must have said Almost Famous, but I think I said Short Term 12.
You did say Short Term 12.
It's just one of my favorites. Like, that's one of my favorite movies. It's what made me want to act.
Folks, here we are. We have made it to the final four of Caylee's bracket. Let's look at the west side. We have Eyes Wide Shut and Whiplash. Is Kubrick going to go forward, or is it going to be Damien?
Eyes Wide Shut.
And Eyes Wide Shut makes it to the final championship round. Let's see what's going to meet Kubrick in that round. We have Full Metal Jacket, another Kubrick film, or Short Term 12. Which one's going to make it to the championship round?
Probably Short Term 12.
The survey says Full Metal Jacket.
Oh, really? Why'd I do Destined Dirty like that?
And you have chosen these two films, Eyes Wide Shut and Full Metal Jacket, as your championship contenders. Now, which one's going to take the cake? Which one's going to take the real in this champion? Is it going to be Eyes Wide Shut or Full Metal Jacket?
Eyes Wide Shut.
Eyes Wide Shut it is. Eyes Wide Shut, Stanley Kubrick film takes it. Now I've really got to go see this film. If it's your favorite, Caylee, you would probably recommend this film to anyone, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, folks, there you have it. Caylee, thank you so much for joining us today. Is there? I know that you have your Netflix film, Sunrise in Heaven, and you have your Nick Cage movie coming out in October. But is there any other ways that people can connect with you, whether online or maybe you have another film coming out soon that you'd like to tell people?
Yeah, so I have Sunrise in Heaven that just came out on Netflix, and it's pretty much on every streaming platform, even on Hallmark Channel. Then I have Wally's Wonderland that's coming out in October. Well, I have Instagram at Caylee Cowan, and I usually post pictures there, or like usually stories, about like what I'm doing in life. But I also have this short documentary I made with a bunch of female filmmakers called The Piece Between, which is about, I'm not in it and I don't voice it, and I came in at the last minute as a producer, but I really, really love the message, and so which is great because now when I have a platform like this, I can talk about it. It's about Euro refugees and the relationship between refugees and how we as human beings connect even when we were once worlds apart, and we can make homes even when we have like language barriers or, already pre-existing families, that we can welcome new people into those families. And I feel like that's really important in times like this, when there's things like problems with the borders, and also this, there's a lot happening in the world, and I just feel like it needs a lot more love. And that starts with, taking down those walls and building bridges. And I believe that film does that. So it's a short film. You can find it on Vimeo, and we're going to go to a couple film festivals this year. So I'm really excited about that.
That's awesome. That's awesome that you're harnessing the power of film to try to make the world a better place. And hopefully these films have done it as well in some capacity. And Caylee, thank you so much again for coming on. And thank you, Bracketeers, for tuning in, and tune in again next time. Have a good night.